Alright, so it's nighttime. I know some people have been asking me for a YouTube video about this, and this is kind of difficult for me because I wasn't planning on like making a YouTube video on this. I just wanted to do the build thread photos on IG, but you'll see the pictures on there. I got the gasket maker, like super high temp, and I took it off, put it back on, and it should be good. Hopefully, will be good. No more leak this time. Let's see if I can show. Kind of see in there. I put a little etcher on the outside too. That should do it. Just quick observations for those that have never taken apart an N20 general area before. Plenty of space between the engine and the front. And what else? What are some fun facts here? You can access the sway bar bushings if you take out the charge pipe. I mean the boost pipe and the charge pipe. They're right there. You can change it from the top. Lower radiator hose has a clip, really easy to take out. Upper radiator hose, you don't have to take this out, but easy to access. It has one air drain hole for when you're filling the coolant, and another one here, right here. It has two. I didn't see any others. What else? I have the Go Fast Bits DB Plus in here. This is a pain in the ass. It will take you a while to install it without taking off the turbo. The wastegate has to be moved out of the way. It has two bolts under, two screws, I mean. And what else? What else? Fun facts. The starter is under the intake manifold, so if you ever want to change that, you take this off. To take this off, there's 5 nuts on the intake manifold. Then there is 6, 7, 8 screws on the plate that holds the ECU, and then there is 4 screws that hold the ECU to that plate. So there's another fun fact there. And I don't know, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's pretty simple. If you're running a catch can setup, obviously if you buy a brand name one, it'll be easier to install, but this is the eBay one. So all I did was put this bracket to that screw right there, routed these this way, clamping everything. This one it didn't come with, everything else it came with. So I got one clamp from Home Depot, so only one, and it fit right on, so we'll see how it works. I'm a little concerned about the curve here, how it like comes down and up, but this car doesn't push a lot of oil through, so it should be fine for a while. And also the boost inlet pipe has a 10mm nut under it that has it's a pain in the butt to take out. If you have the stock boost inlet, you can literally yank it out and it'll come out. But if you have an aftermarket one like this one, it won't come out. You actually have to get the nut out and then you'll get to it. What else? No, pretty simple. Spark plugs are easy to do. There's no issue there. You need a special socket. You cannot do it with a regular socket. Definitely a special one. And there's that. In order to get the last one out, because you see this here, you move this cover thing. Under it, there's another plastic piece that goes around. There's like 5, 6 nuts on it. Take it off, take that plastic cover. You can get a ratchet right in there, no problem. Coils, really easy to do. They just snap in place. What else? I don't know. Any other fun facts for people out there that are just curious? Because I know there's not a lot of information for DIY people like myself. So I'm just kind of learning this as I go. No, I mean the charge pipe and the boost pipe. Wow, it looks super dirty, and I cleaned this. I don't understand how, like, I literally scrubbed all this. Maybe I didn't scrub it hard enough. They have these little alignment pins at the top. I have pictures of it on my story highlights so you can see that. But it goes right in, super easy to put in. And yeah, no, this is actually, it looks a lot more complicated than it actually is, but it's pretty simple. In typical European car fashion, to do anything that's like behind the intake, you have to take a lot of stuff off. But it's not hard stuff. It's just the quantity. If you want to do a catless downpipe, it's right there, the V-van. See, my finger points at the nut right there. That's the nut for it. O2 sensors are there. The wires for the O2 sensors they route up to back there. So this is one. I think there's two, or it might be just one. I took the downpipe out once because I was going catless, but it was an eBay one, and it ended up not fitting, so I had to put the stock one back in. So I did that process, but it's the cables and everything is pretty simple, so that shouldn't be an issue to take out if you ever need to. Yeah, thermostat is right here on the front, super easy to do. Water pump is right under the boost inlet, right there. You see it looks like another turbo. Super easy to do right there as well. Yeah, so in reality, this car is it has a ton of stuff that's very easily accessible. So you won't struggle. You won't struggle at all. You really won't. Also, if you're doing tie rod ends, I've never done mine on this car, but you can see the floor right under it. So you don't even need the special tie rod end, inner tie rod tool to take it off. You can just use a wrench straight from the bottom, because you can just go straight to the bottom. And same on this side. This one you could even do it from the top if you move some stuff, but from the bottom you can just grab it with a wrench and twist the inner tie rod if you're trying to take that off. What else? Yeah, I don't know any other details for people that have been asking me stuff about the car and the engine bay and how complex it looks. It's not that complex. I do know one thing. I've never changed the valve cover on this, but if your valve cover ever leaks, pretty simple to do. You still have to take this stuff off the back, like I said, for the spark plugs. And I saw a video of a guy doing it. It was pretty simple. You take the fuel rail things off. There's like these nuts. It's not focusing. You spin these off. This whole thing just like twists back like this. And everything else is just unplugging stuff. There's some stuff here on the front that you have to take off. Some sensors. But all of this is like super straightforward. This car is not complicated at all. For me at least. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to add about the general placement of N20, N26. N26 is very similar to this. It's basically the same thing. So yeah, that's pretty much the stuff here. So I'm gonna put this back together now, let it sit for about 24 hours, and then put oil in it. Hopefully this thing seals and it's not leaking from the bottom ever again. And we'll see. Cool. I hope that answers everybody's questions about this engine and engine bay area and what you can reach and what you can't reach. Things like that. Oh, wait, before I finish. M Sport models, if you have an M Sport, you have 3 radiators. So I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm gonna throw this in there. This is the lower radiator hose. This guy that comes out here goes to a radiator that's on the left side, And then there's that hose, you see it? Follow that hose. There's another radiator here. So you have these corner guys here. And then your middle one, of course. So you have 3 radiators. I thought it was pretty neat. All right, so my phone's dying, so the flash turned off. Yeah, hopefully that helps.